As I'm eating my ice cream sandwich, I can't help but wonder, who is that monk?
Are you sure that's true?
Yes, you could ask these two for more details. The two of us here representing the townsfolk.
You say that the great-haired lass boarded the ship?
Yeah. She had a very noble bearing about her. She was beautiful. Her name was Ellen. They called her something like that.
It's true. Princess Alicia. My luck has just changed.
All of us, all the townfolk, are ready to cooperate in any way we can. If you would keep that in mind.
Believe me, I would understand your loyalty.
What monk? He was never a monk. That's what they called him back when he was in the prison. Must be a monk or something. Recreational napper sounds like some sort of fish. The napper fish? This makes sense now! Oh my god!
Well then. You there, come here.
Yes, sir. Right here.
Get these two worms out of here.
Find the hardest physical labor in this town and get these fools started. Work 'em from dusk till dawn without stopping. Work 'em until they can no longer move. You got that? Yes, understood, sir. But that's... Why would you...
Stop your whining. I want somebody to reward worms violent enough to sell their own princess to the enemy. Enjoy your payment, you greedy bastards.
Our own princess? That's not... It can't be. It can't.
No!
Just like France, a green unit. He's a grebe unit. My Lord Ike, how wonderful! I didn't think you were going to make it. I'm sorry to have worried you. Oh no, I'm just happy to see you well. So very happy. Okay. Dastard, such a good word. It's just a cover-up for bastard, let's be honest. A warrior such as you wounded? Did a Bjork give you that bruise?
Master Givika! Ow!
King told me to come and check on you. Don't move. You're plenty banged up, but nothing appears to be broken.
As one among the Dane army whose power is overwhelming. To move with such speed with all that armor, I tell you, it's not right. And now the king's forced to use you, his shadow warrior, to check up on me. Our ministers are as obstinate as ever. No matter what happens, they will not approve of an alliance with the Bjork.
Nothing to be done with that. Every one of the older retainers have memory of Lagu's subordination. Even the king. If Princess Alicia were not King Ramon's orphan, I doubt he would be willing to even aid her. Dastard means damn bastard.
Ah, close enough.
But dastardly sounds better than bastardly, right?
Perhaps you're right. At any rate, the princess and the others are now safely at sea.
And the watchdog? No signs of carelessness, I presume?
Of course not. Even the elders will bend their ears to hear what the one says. That one is special, after all.
And how do you see this? Princess Alicia's drive for the reconstruction of Crimea? Does she have a chance?
Who could say? Which way the wheel turns depends on Ike's mercenaries. Success and failure are but a hair removed.
So this company, which has done nothing but flee, controls the fate of the kingdom? That's a dangerous gamble, isn't it?
All gambles are dangerous, Master Gifika. There's no mistake about it. Dane's next target is Gallia. We must go home and prepare.
Oh god. Princess Crimea. Did she board the ship to Bagnols with the remainder of the Gawain mercenaries? Yes. The hindrance that was Gawain is dead. The location of the medallion will soon be known. Has our worm worked itself to the group? It appears that our worm has been accepted as a trusted member of the company. All is going as planned. Now we let them swim as they please.
There's a worm in our company? There is one thing. I met someone unexpected at the harbor.
Who?
The Prime Minister of the Benyon Empire.
What? Is that true? If he is nosing about, we must not make any mistakes. Did he give any indication that he caught on to our plans?
That I do not know. He did tell me to deliver a message to you. Overreaching ambition invites disaster.
Nonsense. Our only concern is the Princess of Crimea and the medallion. We must wait and watch until there's such time as we can strike. In the interim, I want you to take charge of the invasion of Gallia. Be smart. You must not allow Gallia to bring their full might to bear. Understood?
Ash nerd. Ha! Got him! Ass nerd? As you will. Oh no, they're gonna invade Gallia. So there's a worm in our party. I don't like that. All of my FE8 child units got killed. Oh god.
Having narrowly escaped Dane's grasp, the ground mercenaries are pleased to feel the oceans beneath their feet as they set sail. According to Captain Nazir, their voyage to Benyon will take roughly 2 months.
All the way around.
Blessed with the temperate weather, the ship's journey southward is smooth and steady. As it passes the midpoint of its trip, the ship sets course along the coastline and begins to head east.
Ewan was bored to die. Oh lord. Amelia got killed in the enemy phase after I recruited her, literally nothing I could do. Happens. Have fun guessing who the worm is. And why. It's Nefie. Oh yes, it could be Nefie, right?
These seas belong to Phoenicis and Kilvus, the kingdom of the bird tribes.
The bird tribes. Interesting.
Both nations prey on vessels, human vessels, for supplies and wealth, and their flying corsairs are feared across the seas.
Nefini is dead. Very true.
She doesn't know it was Boyd.
Oh god. It's not actually a character, it's a literal worm in the dirt. Oh yes, of course.
Additionally, the southern portion of the continent contains the realm of the Dragon Tribe, the monarchy of Goldoa.
Well, I was wondering what that empty space would have been. Hello, dragon.
This country has remained isolated since its founding centuries past, preserving its closed culture behind a veil of mystery.
Mystery!
It is these Laguz-controlled waters that Ike Company must now cross.
Must now cross. Another big worm! So she is too being eaten by worms to be one. Jack Sparrow is charged. I got a jar of dirt. I got a jar of dirt. Ike? What's bothering you? You've been moping around since we came aboard. I'm just a little seasick. Seasick? You're such a bad liar. You never even get regular sick. You're the type to get seasick. Really, it's nothing. Come on, talk to me! You've been doing so much lately, I just want a chance to help you for a change. Well, alright. I'll tell you what's been bothering me. It's that incident back in Toha. Go on. When everyone discovered Ranulf was a Laguz, all those people, they changed, just like that. Up until that instant, they seemed like such kind and decent people. I had no idea Bjork prejudice against the Laguz was so strong. Why do they hate them so much? How are we so different, Rodolph and I? I have to say, at first I was scared too. When I saw how they could change, they could do things that we Bjork can't do. They're not like us. It's Boyd's composing skull holding the dirt. Jesus. Gross. Yes, please. Gross. I never watched any Pirates movie, but YouTubers recommend me so many clips from the entire series of the Wicked Trial, the Jar of Dirt. The thing was absolutely my favorite. What a funny scene. I agree. I love Mist. She calls people out on their BS. Yes. Yes, she does. Pirates 1 is a really good movie. Very true, very true. Sounds like I need a movie night in my Discord. Oh, dude, that sounds epic. It was all over TikTok. Yes, yes. Mist, you can honestly feel... It's different now. Everyone's so nice. But, you know, that's because we all spend time together. I've seen how they are. I've gotten to know them, and that's why I've changed. I'm not scared or nervous around them, but other people don't get that chance. I think that's why they're frightened. Maybe they're right. You're right. Maybe people like me are the odd ones. The people who accept others as they are. I wish more people were like that. I mean, no one really wants to fight, do they? Doesn't everyone want peace? I guess it's just hard to put all of those fears behind us. You're right. It is very hard. Oh, hello. Nazir! What's the big idea he was dropping on us like that? How do you find sailing? Have you gotten seasick at all? We're fine. But answer a question for me. Would you? Why are you here? Why do you associate with the Lagoos? Good ice cream sandwich, chat. I'm currently going through right now. Yeah, cool. I may be currently writing a script for a proposal on FE. Interesting! I want some details about that script later on, Shiloh. If you would. Why? Besides the financial benefits, I suppose I do because I am one. What? No, you're not a Lagoose. I don't see your tail or anything. Because I've chosen to live among Bjork, I've taken certain steps to make sure I'm not recognized. I've had to change my attire, my feeding habits. I've done many things. Why would you do that? Lagoos cannot survive in isolation, nor can Bjork. If both races are to thrive, they must learn to coexist. I have spent many years searching for a way to make this happen. You think the Lagoos and Bjork can live together? After everything you must have seen, I'm impressed. Like, you will never truly understand a matter unless you look at it from each party's perspective. As you say, the Lagoos are indeed now persecuted by the Bjork, but long ago those roles were reversed. Yes? Oh god. What?
That's my bike clock.
7-11.
That's it.
Okay. I see you've played Breath of the Wild. That's my favorite game. Fritz, your favorite game is Breath of the Wild? Jesus, that's amazing. I love Breath of the Wild as well. Whatever happened in the past does not justify what we do to Lagoos now. That is the thinking of an honest man. Keep things simple and pure. I like that. Still, the strength of your conviction comes from your youth. Uranus, trust me, it will be tested. When your journey is over, how will you be changed? I pray your conviction is not lost to despair. Talking to you is hard work. Someday you'll understand. For now, my role is simply to deliver you safely to Benyo. Ranulf has paid me quite handsomely with money from the King of Galia himself. I will not let him down. Zelda and Fire Emblem are my two favorite franchises. Shiloh, can we be best friends? Please. Well, Breath of the Wild is not my favorite Zelda. I do enjoy just running around. It is really good, isn't it? I will do what I'm able. My favorite Zelda is actually Twilight Princess. Twilight Princess or Ocarina of Time. Those are my two. Ike, Here's a summary of our last battle. Alright. We lost Nafini. Pretty sad. That's all I have to report, if you'll excuse me. Okay, info. Boy!
Boy! Come here, boy.
Ike, grab that boy. What's going on? Soothe! No more running for you. Nazir, who is this? A stowaway. I gather you boarded the ship at Toha. What are you doing here? Why'd you sneak aboard the ship? You won't talk in that case. Ow! Ouch! Ike, there's no really need to be so rough. If I tell you I'm working on theories and arguments for the Fire Emblem games, will that convince you more? I like the theories, and I like the arguments. You've got me intrigued. Same, it's like Minecraft, but better for me. I love just exploring and running around. Dude, there's like at least 400 hours in Breath of the Wild, I can guarantee it.
Pass the receipts.
Even more if you can, if you have the DLCs and stuff. It's amazing. I'm not gonna waste my time playing games with this urchin. You want me to let you go? Open your mouth and start talking. Ow, ow, ow! Quit it, I'll talk! That hurt. Thought you were gonna break my face! Well, what's your name? What are you doing here? I'm South. I'm a thief. But I didn't come on board the ship to steal anything. Stop scowling at me like that. You're making me uncomfortable. It's not just you. Like it always looks like that. Don't mind him. Just keep talking. Gotta step out for half an hour doing favors for my ex. Why? But also okay. Just be safe, Clarion. I'm looking for someone. I heard the ship was sailing for Benyon, so I decided to climb aboard. This person you're after is in Benyon? I don't know. The trail went cold in Toha, and I couldn't think of anywhere else to go from here. Is it family? Huh? The person you're looking for? Yeah, I mean, we're not related by blood or anything, but we're definitely family. Yeah, why not? We'll head south. Alright. Nazir, my mercenary company will look after this boy. He won't be a burden to you or your crew. If that's what you want to do, it's fine with me. Are you sure? You're going to be put to work. I hope you're prepared. Sure, no problem. I'll do whatever you need. Alright, we got another companion, which is Soth. How do y'all pronounce Soth? With the TH, or the smooth of the TH, or both? I think Soth. Soth. Both. Both is in the second option, not as... Okay, fair enough. I asked my husband what he would say my favorite franchises were. Fire Emblem, Animal Crossing, and Pokemon it is. Frosh, amazing options. I love those picks. These three options couldn't be further apart from each other. That's very true, though. Are you excited for the new Pokemon games, Frosh? And also, a secondary question. Have you played Legends Arceus? And if you have, what do you think about it? Same, Shiloh. I say it so it runs with both. So, both. Yeah, I think that's the correct way. Alright, we got Volk. Volk? Right here. God, where you been? You disappeared the moment we got on the ship. Don't worry about it. I'll be here there when you need me. It's not me, it's my sister. We never once shown up for a meal and she thinks you're dying of hunger. Did we eat together while we were on land? Alright, listen. Land, big. Ship, small. It's not the same thing. I don't want Miss roaming the ship with a plate of food anymore, so please, eat this eat one meal a day with us. 100 gold. You're going to charge me to make you eat? And that's more than you charge to pick a lock? Why? I don't like large groups. Bye. Call me if you decide it's worth it. Speaking of Pokemon, I'm also learning Pokemon. Ask Froshi how painful it is to watch me stumble through. You're learning Pokemon. What about it specifically are you learning? Are you learning like about like the typings and everything? Or It's not as far as part of Sims and COD. I'm assuming that's like... Okay. Ike is so astute. Land is big and ship is small. Yes. Very small. First question, I don't know. Pokemon Sword and Shield was a scam. A dumpster fire beyond belief. I just don't want to burn myself again. I am observing. I am interested, but I'm very, very cautious. You know, I partially disagree. I actually kind of like Sword and Shield. So don't hate me for that, Frosh. But I do agree that it did need some significant polish, and they needed to be very much more well prepared for it. But I think Scarlet and Violet is their chance to get it right. Second, Legends Arceus was the most fun I had in a Pokemon game for years. It was a nice change of pace, and I enjoyed it for what it is. That is the exact same feeling I had, because I bought it literally last week, and I just beat it a few days ago. I've never played before, just played Fire Red and beat it on Crystal now. Crystal is my favorite Pokemon game. Tell me how you like that, Shallow. Maybe I should just tell Miss he's dead. We got Zyhark, or Zhark, whatever I'm gonna call him Zyhark. Do you have a minute? Of course, Commander Ike. You and I hadn't had very many opportunities to talk, and you don't think you can trust me? No, it's not that. I'm just curious. I was surprised to see anyone at Toha who chose to fight on the side of Lagoose. I joined the Toha Vigilante solely for the purpose of saving Lagoose. I'm not from Crimea, but when I heard she had joined with Gallia, I envisioned my perfect world. One in which Lagoose could live normal lives free of repression. You can enjoy a game but still consider it bad and polished whatever, so no worries here. I know some people get really, really touchy about it, so I just wanted to clarify it. Call him Zedhark. I am absolutely not going to do that. I'm Canadian, but I'm not going to do that. However, when I came to Crimea, I found things were no different there than in my other Bjork nation. It's the same for me. I couldn't allow myself to ignore these problems any longer. I'm happy to hear it. Of all the Bjork I've ever met, you're the only one who shares my conviction. Zyark, is it? There some other reason you defended Lagoose? I don't follow you. You see, when I was born in Gallia, or so I've been told, I'm wondering if you had a similar reason guiding you. Of course I have my reasons. Would you be upset if I didn't want to discuss them? My reasons are extremely, personal. The only Pokemon games I've played is Pokemon Go and Pokemon Academy. That's fair. If you like Pokemon Go, you would really like Pokemon Legends Arceus, friends, I believe. In my opinion. I got my fair amount of enjoyment out of it as well, mainly competitive with the stupid challenges to beat Leon and Cramorant only, because it was so ridiculously easy, yeah. Although I do really love the track that the Undertale creator made. That is the best part of the game thus far. That and the soundtrack. I love the soundtrack. Really? Really? There you go. No, it's no problem. I wanted a better understanding of what kind of man you were, and I have that now. Can I ask what that is? You are a good man. I'm glad to have you along. I'm glad to be here. I feel like I'm finally able to do kind of good I've longed to do for years. You have a good point there. My thought, Frosh, is that a game is more than graphics and gameplay. If the game has really good graphics but poor gameplay, you can have a little fun with it, but maybe drop it. If it has really good gameplay but poor graphics, I really don't care. The gameplay will always trump the graphics for me. So that's why Sword and Shield's graphics didn't bother me at all, or Legends Arceus for that matter. Story-wise, if the story is weird or like not really like connecting with me, I understand why it would like not be like Sword and Shield story. I'm not gonna spoil it because I know it's only a few years old, but I felt it was weird. I didn't think it was really good, but that's why I think that Scarlet and Violet have the chance to redeem it. On the other hand, Legends Arceus, I found the story amazing. When I stood there and saw it's not Primal, what is it? What is the form of Palkia and Dialga? Origin, I believe. The Origin forms, when I stared at Origin form Palkia, or Origin form Dialga, and then I tried to look for Origin form Palkia with the orb once I finished the game. First of all, Origin Form Palkia has no arms. So if a being like that can be, you know, also powerful and not have any arms, that's a big W. But solitaire for the plot, JK. Legend Arceus had subpar graphics for the Switch could do, but the gameplay was fantastic. Right, that's a good example of a good game, pretty decent graphics. I think that's why a lot of people enjoy retro gaming over new gaming, is because the graphics didn't really matter, but the gameplay was amazing. You don't look so well. Are you alright? I'm seasick. When I was traveling with the merchants, we sometimes use ships. I'm trying to write, and I sounded so loud at that. Yes, let's make everybody laugh. Every time was the same. I'm sorry. Did you travel with Mustone and the others for a long time? About 4 years.
Siri. Every time you fucking pronounce something, it goes, "S," and then it's.
Turn it off. No, don't scream at me. I'm not going to have you scream at me. If I trigger your Siri, that's a sign that you should shut it off.
That's a sign that you should shut up.
About 4 years all told. I had just left home, you see. I was all alone. I couldn't find work. Hungry grill. The reason I have a problem with the Sword and Shield graphics is simply because all the lies and bullshittery around it. Like, I wouldn't mind cutting Pokemon, but if you do it with the argument of enhanced graphics and animations, and it is full of glitches, copied animations of the 3DS era, then it boils my blood. Pokemon was never a graphically masterpiece, or very clever with its story, but this is a corporate greed in a nutshell. Yeah. I could see how you feel that. Siri is triggered, apparently, like several times over. Honestly, Sword and Shield needed some more time. And I think it's been apparent since Pokemon Black and White, even. When they did Black and White and they did all that work and not a lot of people like Black and White, I think that's the sign that it started going a little bit downhill. X and Y, I didn't really, sorry. Black 2 and White 2, I missed those two. Those, I found Black 2 and White 2 amazing. But then X and Y, I have the games, I enjoy them, I like them, don't love them as much as I do the other games. ORAS is a remake, so of course you're gonna like it compared to the other games. Sun and Moon were kind of meh, so much so is that they made Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, which pretty much made it even better. You know what I mean? Yeah, Pokemon peaked about Gen 4 and 5. Yeah. But yes, if you want to chat about content creation, games, life, or whatever, I joined your Discord. Hit me with a DM or a whisper there. Sounds good, Shadow. Honestly, DM me with your, your ideas about the Fire Emblem stuff. I'm really interested. I've spent like 900 hours in Gen 8. Like, I'm not saying the games are bad. Like, I really love the games. But it's just, it's kind of when they went downhill and started getting a little lazier. Like, Gen 8 is probably... Oh, God. So we have... Okay, let's go through it. So we have Gen 1, which is obviously... You can't really go wrong with. Gen 2, which even expanded on Gen 1. It was considered one of the best. Gen 3, a lot of people... I think, actually... I don't know. I really like Gen 3, but I know a lot of people who didn't. Gen 4 was really slow paced for Diamond and Pearl, but when Platinum came out, it was a lot better. Gen 5, again, like I said, not a lot of people liked it, but a lot of people loved it at the same time. It was kind of mixed. Gen 6, I complain is too easy in my opinion, but I guess it depends on how you make it. Gen 7, which is, I believe Sun and Moon. Sun and Moon I had a lot of fun with. It shook up the formula, made it good. And then Gen 8, I had a lot of fun with, played over maybe 50 hours, 60 hours, but then I just kind of fell off of it. But Pokemon's Legend Arceus, I've already played about 24 hours, and I do not see any time of stopping at all. Pet the Pokemon for 700 hours, duh. Isn't that how you get Eevee? You just pet it so long that it finally likes you enough, and you can evolve to Sylveon, excuse me? You get Sylveon if you pet it enough, or you get Umbreon or Espeon. I believe it's Sylveon if you have a fairy move, Umbreon dark nighttime, or Espeon for daytime. Sorry, I need to get to this conversation. I'm just lost in conversation. Sorry, chat. In my hometown, I had so many people I could depend on, but once I left, everything changed. My favorite generation is 4. Same. I'm a mythology sucker, though, so it was right down my alley. I don't like Gen 3 or 5 as much. Gen 6 is being too easy is like, yeah, I get it, but could you decide disabling the XP share? At least you could do that. Yeah. I love Gen 3, 4, 5. That's my area right there. If Mustang's group hadn't found me by the side of the road, I'd probably be dead by now. You've led quite an adventurous life. It's a bit surprising. I get that a lot. I find it hard to imagine that you couldn't find work, though. Your magic skills are amazing. Aren't they, though? I'm always happy when people notice. Wow, I feel so much better now. I'm actually starting to get hungry. Glad to hear it. Just stay above deck, and when you start to feel sick, look off at the horizon, alright? Okay. First thing I should do is give these guys some weaponry. A knight. I should probably learn what he is. He is a lance unit. What are we thinking about Braum? How is Braum as a character? And we also have Kieran. I'm assuming he's an Axonite. That's pretty sexy. I don't have any spare access, so we'll go to the shop. Pokemon is made for 6 to 7-year-old literal first graders to play as well. Having an easy Pokemon isn't deal breaker. Yeah, that's very fair. I agree. From favorite to least favorite, Gen 4, 2, 6, 7, 5, 1, 3, and 8. Really? 3 is that far up? Why, if I might ask? 3 I consider to be one of the best. Braum is big and bulky and slow. So maybe tanky, I hope? Gotcha is like promoted Braum, I think. Okay. So I can keep him on. What about Kieran? Of the 3 knight characters you get access in the game, he's uselessly the worst. Are you talking about Kieran? Or are you talking about Braum still? Again, I'm 50-50 on that. Of course, you don't need a Dark Souls, but you also don't need to dumb down everything for kids. So, Frosh, let me ask you this. How'd you feel about BDSP and how they kept the difficulty? Kieran is great. I was talking about Braum. Okay. I just wanted to clarify that. I just don't mind an easy game if it's enjoyable. I like Kieran better than Oscar. Ah, okay. No, personally, I think Gen 3 is one of my favorites because I love some of the Pokemon that they came up with. Like, Flygon is one of my favorites, easy. Salamence is one of my favorites, Metagross. The starters were beautiful in my opinion. Blaziken, Swampert, and Sceptile respectively. Or Mudkip, Trico, and Torchic. I found the story to be a little bit weird because it was just two environmentally extremes. But I found them really interesting compared to, say, Team Yell and Macros Cosmos. That's why I am curious as to why you put it almost as low as Gen 8. Like, Gen 1 is the base, so I understand why it would be low, because it's pretty basic at form, but... Let's leave. Nazir, what is it? Nothing. I don't think I can do anything about it at any rate. We're being followed by pirates. Really? I don't see any ships. Not by sea, by air. Look up. Are those birds? If they are, they must be huge. Those are lagoos, Ike. Ravens from Kilvas. Their black wings are an illumined for all who see them. Titania, Soren, you noticed them coming as well? Yes, Sora and I saw them when we were discussing our plans from the afterdeck. I'd heard stories, but they're really flying. Wow. I like Oraz way better in that regard, and that is Gen 6. Okay, we're considering that. Gen 3 is killed basically by the lack of physical special split. You barely use any of the Pokemon efficiently. There is a handful that makes sense for what they're for. Like, yeah, you have Sharpedo with an insanely high attack stat, but Dark and Water are special types. Right, I understand that. But some of the I guess, like, taking all the technicalities aside, it is a good generation, right? At least Kieran is a weirdo, right? I love Kieran. Kieran's a weirdo. I'm assuming you like Oraz because, it's obviously updated and it has, like, that split, etc., etc. And sorry, I missed your question about difficulty. Would you mind repeating that? Oh, shit. I may have accidentally forgotten. I did say that the teams were more interesting. I think that's the last thing I said. I said that Team Magma and Team Aqua are infinitely more interesting than Team Yell and Macros Cosmos. In fact, I think Team Yell shouldn't have existed to begin with because I don't like the idea of a nuisance team and an evil team. I think there should just be an evil team. Because the nuisance team, they should just be in jail if they like some of the shit they do. Okay. We're still out of their range, but airborne foes can be especially troublesome. I'd prefer to avoid them altogether. Let's see if we can outrun them. From what I've been told, the flying corsairs of Kilvis and Phoenicis are far more cruel than a beast lagoos. Winged pirates. How am I supposed to fight against that? What was that? Oof. It felt like we hit something. Blast. We've run aground. We must have been caught by a reef or something. Move it, lads. Get the ship free. Ike, the crows are coming. Pull everyone together. Looks like we're in for a fight. Oh, that one's a half. Seeker. Predictable humans. Sailed right into our trap without fail. Let's finish this quickly. It won't be long before Phoenix or Goldor takes an interest in what's happening here. I don't hate any of the Pokemon games, to put it endly. I just think that they need to be smarter in some situations. Soren, do you have a plan? I've done my research in the past. All members of bird tribes are vulnerable to wind magic. I think it's safe to assume that they are also susceptible to arrows as any other flyer. Wind magic and bows. Alright, everyone gather your weapons and prepare to meet the enemy on the deck. I want a small group to remain below decks to protect Princess Valencia and the crew. We've never faced an enemy like this, and we want everyone to stay together. Let's go.